Okay, now let's take a look at example 14. A radioactive nuclide A disintegrates into a stable nuclide B. The half-life of A is 5 days. If the initial number of nuclide A is 1 exponent 20, calculate the number of nuclide B after 20 days. So now what we have is, we have nuclide A, di mana half-life for A adalah sama dengan 5 days, and then the initial number. So initial number of nuclide, which means is the N naught, adalah sama dengan 1 exponent 20 nuclei. And then we have for nuclide B, di mana nuclide B, what we want is the number of nuclide B. So the number of nuclide B after 20 days. So we want to find N untuk B, di mana the value 40 is 20 days. Okay, so first of all, kita convert dahulu semua ni kepada SI unit. So 5 days convert kepada second will be equal to 4.32 exponent 5 second. And then 20 days convert to second, which is equal to 1.728 exponent 6 second. Okay, so since kita dibagi dekat sini adalah in terms of N, and then we want to find N as well. So maksudnya kita akan gunakan formula N is equal to N naught E negative lambda T, di mana the condition that is given is this one, T is equal to 1.728 exponent 6 second, and then we are given the N naught, which is this one, and then the decay constant we need to find first, di mana decay constant adalah sama dengan ln 2 divided by the half-life. So ln 2 divided by half-life, which is must be in second. So sama dengan 1.6 exponent negative 6 per second. Okay, so for now, since they minta adalah number of nuclide B after 20 days, so we are not able to find this value because we don't have the initial value. So kita gunakan information untuk nuclide A dahulu, okay, untuk cari the final value. So for A first, okay, kita since untuk A kita diberikan initial value, so we can find the final value untuk A, di mana kita akan gunakan condition this one 20 days, which is must be in second. So just masukkan second T is 1.728 exponent 6, so N will be equal to 6.3 exponent 18 nuclei. So this one adalah untuk A, the final value untuk A. So in order to find for B, since dia cakap dekat sini adalah basically A ni dia disintegrate kepada nuclide B. So meaning that in order to find the final value for B, we need to subtract the first initial value untuk A, initial value for A minus the final value for A. Initial value adalah this one, 1 exponent 20 minus the final value, 6.3 exponent 18. So equal to 9.37 exponent 19 nuclei. Okay, next one, example 15. 80% of radioactive substance decays in 4 days. Determine the decay constant and the half-life of the substance. Okay, so we are given a substance. Let's say kita label dia sebagai X. And then this substance X, after 4 days, okay, Okay, ayat dia dekat sini kan 80% of radioactive substance decays in 4 days. Maksudnya, okay, initially dia ada 100%. So, 80% daripada X ni dia decay. So, bermaksud final, okay, selepas 4 hari dia akan tinggal 20% sahaja. So, 80% tu dia hilang. So, dekat sini dia adalah 100% lah initially. So, this one adalah initial. This one adalah final. Okay, so since first question, because we want to find the decay constant kan, so we cannot find decay constant using this formula, di mana decay constant adalah sama dengan ln 2 over half-life, because we are not given the half-life as well, di mana kita kena carilah half-life tu. So we cannot find this formula, we cannot use this formula. So formula yang kita gunakan can either be the decay formula, which is A is equal to A naught, sorry bukan decay, activity equation, A is equal to A naught negative lambda T, or N is equal to N naught E negative lambda T. Okay, so daripada sini kita sebenarnya boleh tahulah initially dia 100%, finally dia tinggal 20%. In terms of what? Can be in terms of activity or in terms of number of the nuclei. So, kedua-duanya kita boleh gunakan. So, you can either choose one lah. So, kita gunakan this one lah. The N is equal to N naught E negative lambda T. Di mana initial value dia adalah is initial lah, which is N naught. And then final value dia adalah 20% daripada initial value, which is 0.2 times with initial value. So, final value dekat sini 0.2 N naught. And then initial value is just N naught because we are not given the exact value. And then negative lambda. Lambda is what we want. And then T is 4 days. Okay, so 4 days. Masukkan saja. So, this one we can cancel. So, lambda will be equal to 0.402. Okay, so since dekat sini kita tidak convert kan day, 4 days ni kita tidak convert kepada second. So final answer untuk lambda must be in terms of day as well, which is per day. Kalau kamu convert kepada second dekat sini, so final answer akan jadi per second. So if you don't want to convert, boleh juga. So final answer must be in terms of the original unit lah. Unit kat sini day. Kat sini pun akan per day. Kalau kat sini years, so dekat sini akan per year. Okay, so next one is you want to find the half-life. So soalan B, half-life, di mana half-life is equal to ln 2 divided by decay constant. So decay constant sama dengan 0.402. So will be equal to 1.72 days. Okay, if you want to leave the final answer in terms of second, still accepted because it doesn't emphasize dekat sini kan unit apa yang perlu digunakan. So leave the question like this pun boleh, in second pun boleh juga.